Afrique, et malheureusement Afrique sans fric. Oh, naso idée, naso idée, yendenika. Mais oui, c'est comme ça. Eh oui.
Hello, my good people. This is Now You Know Podcast, which is brought to you by our good friends at Stuck in the Middle. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. And we love this opportunity you guys have given us to do this. So, shout out to y'all. My name is Bell, aka Bel Nino. I will be your host tonight. But before I introduce tonight's panel, I want to thank you guys for listening to us on our intro episode that we posted a few days ago. And we got a lot of feedback, and we are definitely going to incorporate some of that feedback into our future episodes. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my good friends on the panel tonight. We have Blessing, all the way from Wichita, Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
We have Aristide, who is in Baltimore. And we have Carson, who is in Newark, Delaware. How you guys doing?
Gucci.
We're doing good.
Yes.
Good.
What's going on? What's new?
Look,
My parents are in town visiting. So you can only imagine how much food I've been eating.
Ah.
my dad deposited it, so I'm happy.
Very important.
Very, very crucial, essential.
Yeah,
how you guys
that's
doing,
good.
though? Bill, how you doing, man?
I'm okay, man. I'm okay. Working from home still.
Casanino.
You people want pizza? I have a whole box here for myself. You want
I
some?
beg.
I
Keep your heart attack to yourself.
Hey, if you want some, I can direct you to a good spot where you can buy your own.
Keep your heart attack to yourself, please.
Because I'm not sharing. Okay.
All right, so it looks like everybody's in good spirits. So let me ask this question though. When you guys hear the word Zamunda, what comes to your mind?
Coming to America.
Uh-huh.
For me, it's Akatas, all of them. The ones that make fun of me. That's exactly.
Damn, they made fun of you? I didn't know this.
It took years before I could ever even start sharing these stories, but it's okay.
Hey.
We'll find out today.
We shall circle back on that. But like Blessing said, Coming to America is a movie that I think we've all watched. Not once, not twice. And if you haven't watched it, I definitely recommend it. It's a very good movie. But everybody comes to America for different reasons. In the movie Come to America, Prince Akeem, who was the main character, he left home to look for love, basically. And like I said, we all come to this country for many different reasons. So let me pick on Blessing, because he's my senior officer around these areas. Let me pick on him real quick. So Bless, so what made you make the switch, from Bafut to the United States?
Well, the Bafut boy had to go out and venture because Bafut was getting too small for the boy. No, I think I was 14 when I moved. So for me, it wasn't like I got up and decided to move because I wanted to go better my life, even though that's what a lot of people say. But it was just one day. My mom had been in America, and always wanted to come to America, and so eventually we went to Yaoundé we started going to Yaoundé, and I knew this was very strange because I had never crossed off station. And so we went, and then they told us where we were was the American embassy. So I was like, if we're in the American embassy, then it means we need to go to America.
Something just clicked in your head.
Something clicked. So we're just doing paperwork, and I was confused. Like, what is all this paperwork? All these fingerprints? We're seeing doctors all of a sudden. And then eventually, like, it started clicking in my head that we're preparing to go to America. And I just gave up on everything else. I stopped caring in school because I knew I was going to America. No matter what they were saying in class, I was going to America.
Yeah, going you.
Yeah. So
That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, the embassy. I know we all had to go through that stage. So so like Aristide, what were your first impression when you stepped into the embassy?
Honestly, I don't have a lot of memories from that embassy. I just know that it was white, like the White House. So when I stepped in there, the air was different. The air was different. The colors were different. Everything was just
Air conditioned.
Air conditioned.
I know.
In fact,
First time ever.
bro. So it was like I'm already in America, man. It was a good experience. It was actually nerve-wracking though, because obviously you had to like go through interviews and things like that. And but when I first saw the building, you know, it was just like the first visualization of what I was gonna be experiencing when I do go to America. So it was really, and I never even been to Yaoundé like that, same as Blesso. You know, our
neither.
life ended at Upstation.
Yo.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting.
Yeah.
I got
So
a question for you though, Aristide.
So
Have you ever seen a traffic light before?
but you know that in Cameroon we have traffic lights now, but nobody
wants it.
No, that was the first time I ever saw one in Yaoundé.
Yaoundé, right? Yes.
Yep.
I never saw one before.
Me too.
I'm in the car like, why is that light just there?
Right. Or what is it? What is that in there?
But the thing is, nobody is going by the traffic light, massa. Nobody.
No, it's the sound of honk. Honk. You know.
That's it.
That's it. That's all
The
you need.
honk is somebody shouting, "Yeah, hit, yeah, hit."
Oga, pass me.
To be frank, that period of going to Yaoundé back and forth, that was probably the most amount of times that I actually entered the taxi, because everywhere we had to go, we were walking. But when we went to Yaoundé, I guess my dad had a little cash on him, so everything taxi.
Plus, you know, when you're walking around those type of documents,
True.
you can't be walking. You know, you can't walk around.
Yeah.
That's the type of documents that you hold to your hat. Anything happens, you're done, man.
I'm telling you.
Oh man.
Yeah. So Carson, what like going to the embassy back and forth, you know, how many times did you have to go back, and what were the questions like? You know, just sitting there and being asked why you want to go to America and all those kind of questions. How was that like for you?
Honestly, I don't really remember too much of it, but the one thing I do remember was I was nervous, because before they had already dragged my ear. Now they beat you before.
Don't go and talk rubbish.
And it's like they slap you 1 time, 2 times, and then say, "Okay, go, make sure everything's okay." So I'm already almost crying. Walking in there. They're asking me these questions. I'm making sure I'm answering perfectly, everything. And then before I even got there, I was just surprised, like you both said, air conditioning. I was like, why is it so hot outside?
And then it's like, and it smells good too.
Different. Different. And
Yeah.
I saw White Man Papaya this 3rd time in my life. So I was staring. I was looking. Like, what is this? This is not normal. So that was all I can remember. Like, just the nerves, like knowing that if I mess up, that's it. I'm done. I'm not coming to America anymore.
Yep.
And
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely nerve-wracking, because, you know, like Blessing said, I've never been to Yaoundé, you know. So going into Yaoundé where everybody's speaking French, and then that's already enough pressure coming from Bamenda where it's just pidgin. So being in there, and then you have to speak your best English at the embassy. You know, they're asking you a question. You have to speak the best English that you can think. You know, so definitely every question was like, your heart just kept pumping even faster and faster and faster. And then when you leave the embassy, you feel like, but then again, you're like asking yourself, did I do good? Did I do bad? You know, am I going to go to America? So all these things are going through your mind in this process, because it's not an easy process for Africans. You know, when I mean, not just Africans, but, you know, people from Asia, Europe, you know, South America. It's, you know, coming to America is a blessing, you know, to a lot of people for many different reasons. So getting through that that interview and the visa, once you get through that period, I think it's smooth sail from there.
Yeah, but I know, but obviously for all of us who probably feel, that process took a long time, man. It took years.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I mean, it might have been a few days, but it just felt like.
For me, it was different.
Really?
It was like almost, yeah, because before I already had the mindset. They were like, okay, you can go to GB for 1 year and then go to America.
He was ready. He was ready.
So for me, it was different. But when I went there, and then we had connections too in the embassy and stuff like that. So it was quick.
Yeah, see,
but
it makes
the main
sense.
thing was, the main thing was when I came back to school, because they said don't tell anyone. So that was the hardest part. That was the longest part about it, not being able to tell anyone. Even when I left,
even your best friend,
I'm going to Yaoundé. That's what I was telling all my friends.
When I was leaving, the day that I told anybody was literally, I didn't even know the day that I was gonna leave. Like I didn't get to say bye to my sister, to nobody.
Yep.
Because they do
They
that.
come and collect you. They come and collect you and let's go.
They just came and collect me one Sunday like that. They say Aristide, there's a car right here taking you to Douala. Boom,
Done.
Go get yourself ready. I'm like, what's going on? And that was it. That was my last day in Bamenda like that. It was it,
exactly, man. For me too. Like just I'm going to Yaoundé again. So I'm thinking I'm going for another process. And the next thing I know, Yaoundé,
same thing. That was my very first time to go to Douala.
First time.
This one hit wonder.
One hit wonder. Yeah, what? That's great.
But we
that's
made
crazy.
it. We made it.
Yeah, we have made it. Speaking of making it, So let's transition a little bit now. We're just talking about being in Africa. So, like I still said, we've made it. So now we're in the US. So what was let me pick on Carson a little bit, because he said that he was already ready. He had the mindset. He was ready to go. So let me pick on you real quick. So I know, how was it like to transition to Etas, America, where there's no dust. It's like there's dust, but it's a different kind of dust. So how was that transition like? Just living in a different culture, different kind of people, different food, everything is just new.
So the first thing, I'm not even going to talk about school, but like just before, because I came in June, so I had from June, July, and then August, end of August, went back to school. So between June and August, I think that was when I first met you, Belle, and then I met a couple other people. So my main thing was the food. I did not like any of the food, and to this day, I still don't like most of it. They brought pizza. I said, "Oh, pizza." I've been watching Tortue Ninja. I said, "Okay, I want to eat." Let me see what pizza is about. Pizza was the nastiest thing on the planet. I said, "Okay, I don't like it." Next, McDonald's.
Magweti
sandwich. I said, "I don't like it." Milkshake. Milkshake. I don't like it. And then they were just looking at me like, "What's wrong?" Like, they bring it to America. What's wrong with you? I just did not like any of the food.
And then they gave you Euro. What happened?
What?
When they gave you Euro, what happened?
Hey, of course, just and then Aero too. That's another thing too. When I came here, I saw Aero. I said, "Okay, this is good." But then I saw all the meat inside the Aero.
More meat than Aero, right? There's more meat than Aero.
Yes, it confused me. I was like, "What is this? What?" I said, "Okay," and mind you, I'm in heaven. At that point in time, America is everything I thought about America was true, as far as like just meat inside.
That's what's up. So
that's funny because like me, as far as like food, I was good, man. Like I was eating everything that I got my hands on, bro. I was like, I'm here. This is what I saw on TV when I was in Cameroon. I have
to try it.
So everything for me, as far as food, I was down, man.
So what's the one food that you tried, Aristide? The one food that you tried that was like I remember the
very first food that I tried. We went to the mall the next morning that I came, right? And we had chicken teriyaki and rice. Mama. That rice. Sauce. I mean, I would say one thing though, it was sweet. In Cameroon we don't. I know this food. These people they put salt. They put sometimes they put sugar in their food. Yeah.
Yep.
But that was the only thing that was like, off a little bit. But I liked it. I was like, yeah, I can dig this.
Yeah.
I can dig this for sure.
I mean, I know I forgot to mention this too. I know we were talking the other day. Like I told you guys, the bathrooms, man. I did not understand the bathrooms in these stores like at all. Like
Yeah.
I'm with my mom and at the store. I have to pee, but I cannot tell her anything because I know the beating that's coming my way. And I'm almost crying until she finally sees, like, and asks me what. I'm like, I need to go and pee. I did not know how to tell her that I'm gonna walk all the way outside. Mind you,
Yeah.
I came out. That's the biggest I've ever been to in my life.
Mm.
Only other stores I knew was what's that thing? What's that store? New Life in New Life Annex.
Yeah.
That was the only other store I ever been to. So I'm at Kmart. There's no bathrooms in stores, but that one was the one thing I was like, the culture shock there, man, was crazy.
And then some of these stores are two levels. They have elevate. They have a.
Hey,
Hey, mama!
You go
I
upstairs.
tell you guys my
Escalator.
escalator story. Escalator, man. So I went out to the freaking to the mall right the next day, and my uncle had to like teach me how to get on the escalator, man.
You press
That
here, you
was
press
fun.
there.
Yeah, that was a fun experience.
Yeah.
I had
Because,
already fallen on one when I was in Switzerland when we were transitioning. You mean those stairs that are going up, right?
Yes.
I was timing. I was like, when do I pull my leg? When do I pull my leg? I finally got on. To get up was another problem.
when you get on and then it's going down, do you like pull your weight all the way front as it's going down?
And then you're for you.
For you back, bro.
Oh, it's okay,
man.
man. At least I hear you tell that story. So, Blesso, I know that we all landed on the East Coast, but you went all the way to the West Coast, Los Angeles.
Yes, West Side.
Big city boy.
Uh-huh.
So when you came out of the airport, first impressions, what did you see?
First of all, there's a difference between darkness in America and darkness in Cameroon. So what I'm trying to say is the street lights in Cameroon and even the lights we have in Cameroon are being battered by darkness. So when you land in Los Angeles, everywhere is just shining. That means the lights in the airport, white, everything shining, and you come out, people are coming out, they're meeting their families, and people are excited. And like 1,000 people came to receive us from the airport. I don't know why they felt they need to.
The whole village.
I'm telling you. So we came out, and things are just nice. Things are written in correct English, and I'm just like wow. And so we get out of the airport, and there are these like light pillars in the LAX airport where they change colors. And I was fascinated, man. I was fascinated. And then we come out, we just see cars. Because in Cameroon, we see the moto. We know the see car for Cameroon.
The big difference.
Yeah. It's different between car and moto. So you are just seeing cars just passing, swang, freeway, swang. The freeway is just big like that.
Mm-hmm.
But in Cameroon, we have just one way street that a car will come and stand and wait.
Then wait.
Let one come and pass. We will continue.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it was just, I was just in awe, man. I was just in awe, especially because I landed at night too, and like, things were just like, it was the America I expected, at least at that night.
That night.
Yeah.
That was up. I mean, for me, I landed at night too, but I came in December, and, it was cold. So when I came out of the plane, I took a step right back in the plane. I wasn't ready. I said I wasn't ready. It was a cold evening in Philadelphia where I landed. But I mean, it was nighttime too. So, the bright lights, you see the airport lights, you can see from, 5 miles down the road, you can see lights. And just coming in, as you're about to land, you're looking at the window, you can see like just how big the cities are. So it's definitely, you can't really compare it to Cameroon, Bamenda. But yeah, so I think this would be a good time for us to get into our first segment, which is Face the Facts. So we've been talking about, coming to America. So some quick facts that I got today. So basically, 1 in 7 U.S. resident is an immigrant, while 1 in 8 is a native-born U.S. citizen with at least one immigrant parent.
Wow.
So that goes to tell you that America is definitely a country filled with immigrants, and we do definitely do a lot of work, wherever we come from, whether it's Africa, Asia, Europe, South America, etc., etc.
I don't think
Yeah.
they heard it well. Repeat it. Let them hear it again.
Keep it in the back, right?
Let them hear it. Run it back.
Yes, senior officer, I wish I do just that.
Turbo.
One, number uno, 1 in 7 U.S. resident is an immigrant, while 1 in 8 is a native-born U.S. citizen with at least one immigrant parent.
So in general, all of us are immigrants.
Basically,
right.
summarized in that way. Puts it that way.
Just let that sink in. What I mean,
Yeah.
like, what does that mean to you? What does that say to you?
Think about it.
Think about it.
Think.
Like, to you, Bell, what
Yeah.
does that say to you?
What it says to me,
Yeah.
basically, it's the same thing that's been going on since the United States was born. Immigrants have been doing a lot of work in this country, since day one, and we still continue to do it.
Yep.
So, we all come here for different reasons, but the one thing that we do bring is the work ethic.
Yes, sir.
In different fields. So, it's when I look at this statistics right here, I mean, it makes me proud to be an immigrant. I don't know about you guys, but
Hey,
yeah.
I'm proud, man. I'm proud. I mean,
We're
because
proud of who we are.
Yeah, I think as
Fresh.
immigrants in America, we definitely have a reputation for coming here and working hard. Even though there are also some negative, stereotypes that people always talk about. But for one thing, I know for sure is that they know that immigrants come here and we do what we got to do to get our money up.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
after you have gone through all
All
the bullying in school.
Yeah.
Where is the diamond?
Show me the diamond. All right.
Oh man.
So
let's-
Aristide.
Yeah.
How are you
Mhm.
doing, sir?
I'm doing great, bro. What's up?
That's good. So, when you come to the United States, being a young man trying to figure out life, there's always that one person that, mostly is the person that picks you up from the airport. On the way back home, they give you that long speech about life in the U.S. Do you remember? Do you remember what was said to you on your way home from the airport?
I just remember on my way home from the airport, we didn't talk a lot because I was very sleepy. We came at night. I think I was pretty much up the whole flight just because I was like nervous. It was my first time in the plane. I never tasted crackers and coke before. So, I was up throughout the whole flight. I was thinking about my sisters still in Cameroon, stuff like that. So when we got here, we got here at night in New York. So we drove all the way to Maryland. So I was like, that's a 4-hour drive. So I slept most of the time. But I know in the very beginning, the very couple of weeks, couple of months, I spoke to various people, but mostly my uncle and my aunts and my mom, just basically told me about, what America is, and, just to always remember the main reason why I'm here, why I came here, which was obviously to further my education and get a better life or better opportunity for myself and my family, and not to hang with the wrong crowd. And mostly just to know that America, even though America is great with opportunities, it's very easy to go down the wrong path and go down, and get lost. Lost in the sauce.
Definitely.
That's-
I mean,
that's
I clearly understand that. I definitely understand that. I think on my way home, my dad picked me up, and we had a similar conversation. From Philly to where we live at the time was like 30 minutes. So I think he spoke for 29 minutes. But basically, what I got from that conversation was, America will give you the opportunities if you go and take them. So you have to just put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself in a situation where you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, because especially being a black man in this country, it's quite difficult if you're caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Even if you're not guilty, you're guilty just because you were there at the wrong time. So definitely. So let me circle back to Carson real quick, because I know Carson, like he was talking about his food and how he didn't like all these different kind of foods in the U.S. So what advice would you give somebody, our age or maybe a little bit younger, who's coming to the U.S. right now? What advice would you give them? Bring your own food?
The advice I'll give them would not necessarily be about food, because I think at this point in time, like, our food is accessible to pretty much everyone. There are African stores everywhere now. But if I had to give someone advice, like if it's someone younger, like in terms of coming out here, I would just say just be yourself, because this place has a way of like making people change for the best or the worst, and not just from teasing, just from different things around here, as far as like people making it seem like you're a little bit less than them because you're from somewhere else.
That's good. Let's go.
Yes, pal.
Back in Piazza Mancon, and we both went to the same school. We used to compete for who was the best goalkeeper at the time, and it looked like you might have gotten that gold medal after all. So let me ask you this: what's your proudest moment, since moving to the US?
My proudest moment since moving to the US would have to be, I have a few different proud moments, but some of them that stand out to me are, I guess, getting a scholarship to come play at Kansas Wesleyan. Wow. I'd always wanted to play football, I guess, professionally, like, everybody dreams, right? So when I came to America, my brother, we went to the same high school, and he met a friend in high school who was not even a soccer player, but introduced him to the soccer coach. So my brother talked to him and told him he had a little brother. And I did not want to play goalkeeper, but my brother told the coach I was a goalkeeper. So I was so angry when he told me. Yeah, I was so angry because I wanted to play forward, striker. So he told the coach. The coach said, I should come train. And I came. I didn't even have football boots. I didn't even have gloves. I had never seen a pair of gloves in my life.
Who needs gloves, man?
When I showed up, they gave me gloves and they gave me some shorts. No, they did not give me boots. And so I started training with the guys and making friends. And my goal was to eventually go to a 4-year school, which later on happened when I came to Kansas to play. And that was like one of my proudest moments, because I accomplished the goal I had set for myself. And then another one would have to be graduating university and walking across that stage, man. It was so proud. It was like when my family was in the crowd, Africans, they cannot, they cannot do stuff gently. Man.
That same village that picked you up from the airport.
I'm telling you.
That same village. All 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
They say you have 6 tickets, but the 1,000 people showed up.
I'm telling you. But it was a proud moment, though. It was a proud moment to see joy on my family's face.
But what do you say to the principal if he gets angry? Now you know.
Now you know. Now you know.
Now you know. Yeah. Now you know. But those are definitely some good achievements. We're proud of you. We love having you on this podcast. Aristide.
Yeah, so
I haven't heard your voice in a minute. I know we're talking about accomplishments, but I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to you,
sure,
regarding your accomplishments. But I know you recently finished your degree in cybersecurity. So what led you to do that? I know a lot of Africans when they come here, they go. I guess maybe it's changing now, but a lot of times, when people come here, they always kind of direct you towards nursing to an extent. So what made you pick that side?
So when I left high school and when I left high school and I graduated high school, I really didn't know exactly what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I knew for a fact that I didn't want I didn't want to do nursing, man. I knew that because I've never been like a. So if I was still in Cameroon, I would have been doing arts,
Mm.
Arts. I would have been grouped as an arts section as opposed to science. So I just knew that I wasn't somebody who would end up in like a science school or anything. So I went to community college after that because I didn't want to go spend money somewhere and I didn't even, finish. But anyway, so I have uncles and cousins who were in the IT field. So through them, they kind of pushed me and gave me enough information for me to like go in and do some research on my own. And then I finally decided that is what I wanted to do. And boom, it was a really good decision. It was a great decision. I love it.
That's good. RSD, definitely that IT choice definitely worked out for you. That's good. So like I said, I was going to circle back to the question about proudest moments, and I think Carson has some proud moments that he wants to share with us tonight.
I'm interested to hear what Carson
about to say. Me too.
Are you?
He be
My
on that
proudest
bullshit.
moment when I found out I wasn't the father.
Hey! Don't leave me!
Take me with you!
Oh man!
Don't leave me there.
Nah. For me, I don't necessarily have like a specific proudest moment. I've just always been one of those people that I like to cherish things as they happen. So I don't necessarily like dwell on one specific moment. So if I had to pick a couple, I would honestly say was this is tough, man. This is tough. Honestly, it might have been when I first came to America.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What
like
did you do?
actually making it here.
Yeah.
And like, oh no, I take that back. My
You
proudest
better take it
moment was
back because it feels like you come to. Did you go through a bush?
no. My proudest moment was when I was able to send money back to Cameroon
Mm-hmm.
for all the people that raised me, and like it was Christmas and they didn't expect it at all. So, my aunt who raised me, when I was in a boarding school, and she had a kid obviously when I was here. So like years later, for me to go and buy that kid's Christmas clothes, give him Christmas money, send money back to them, and just the appreciation because it was never expected. I know, like now we're at the age probably where they're asking us for money, but before then, I got my first job. They had never asked me for any money at all, anything at all. So the fact that I was able to send money back at that specific time, that has to be probably like one of the biggest moments I cherish.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds incredible. I know one time I saw this post on Facebook. This guy was in the US and his siblings kept asking him to get them a phone. So the guy couldn't say no. You know what he did? He just blocked them.
Wow.
Wow.
The guy just blocked them. I mean, what is he supposed to do? You can't say them no. You're in America now. You should be making it, right? So I mean, so speaking of making it in America, America is, like I said, America gives you a lot of opportunities, but at the same time, it comes with a lot of stress and struggles that, just because you're in America doesn't mean you're making it big. So Aristide, so what do you say to people who think that just because you're in America, you're making it, you're making money, you're making it big?
I mean, when people in Cameroon say stuff like that, I don't really blame them because, to a certain extent, I don't blame them because I feel like I was once, in that position, and so just like all of us, certain things that we thought about America, we just had a perception of it because of what we saw on TV or whatever, So I just think Yeah, so I don't really have a. I just think that it's when people know what the actual struggles that you go through to be able to send money or send stuff back home, then they'll understand. But initially, they don't. You just think that because you're in a better position, the opportunity just comes straight to you. You know, the money just comes to you. Don't think that you're actually putting in actual real work to be able to do that. But that's exactly what it is. You know, you have to struggle and work and all of this stuff for you to be able to send money back home. So it's just the communication part that is key. And sometimes maybe some of the people might not even understand it. So
Yeah,
that's what you can do, and that's the
yeah,
toughest
definitely.
part. That's the toughest part. Some of them they can't understand. Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. You know, I mean, I think in everything, actually, in everything in life, having that, two-way communication, letting people know, what's going on definitely kind of helps in that regard as to, what's really happening. Because just because you're in the US doesn't mean, that you're making six figures, you're, driving the best car, living in big houses,
I know.
eating pizza every day. You know, there's a lot more to the United to America than just, living living lavishly.
When you were back home, if they told you that, would you take it for an answer?
I mean, I won't believe you now.
Because for me, I always used to tell my mom to send me a bicycle, and she would tell me how the things are hard. I'll tell her to send me stuff, take us to America, and she'll be telling us how things are hard. But I would never understand. I was like, I cannot believe Mama just went to America and she has just forgotten about us like that.
Yeah, I think honestly, I blame the people partially that came here. That came back to Cameroon to visit, because they will give you all these complaints and they will say they can't do this. But when they come, they just show off. Like,
Yeah,
money is never an issue. Like, they'll buy everything that's necessary, like fish,
credit card.
exactly. So I blame them because I'm seeing something different than what you're saying. So I think that's another way to look at it too. So of course, us in Cameroon, we're not going to believe it.
Also, the movies have a big role to play in this.
Of course, now.
For me, I thought when I was in Cameroon, I thought when you come to America, life is in heaven. If you want a car, you just get out of your house,
Go and collect.
you enter any car. When you are done, you go and park the car, and whoever wants to come and take the car will come and take it. When you get out, another one, you just get it. So I thought it was a bed of roses, man.
When I first went to the mall here and I saw, how the parking lots in the mall are so huge and there are cars everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked my uncle if that is the car dealership, if they're selling cars. I can't think. I've never seen so many cars in one spot together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now you know.
I thought cars were so cheap because if you could see how many cars were the dealership and then you saw how many cars were on the street as well, I was like, it means anybody can buy this thing whenever they are ready to now.
Master.
I was like, if cars are this cheap, Mama, why are you driving this kind of car?
I'm actually glad. I'm glad you guys brought that up as far as being in Africa and seeing America for what it is, and then making that switch and coming to America and seeing what America really is. I think on a personal note, coming in at a very young age, you get to deal with a lot of people picking on you. Of course, you're African, you're a new kid. Even if you speak English, the way you are speaking the English is not the same. So they will definitely come at you for that. How you dress, just because of who you are at the time, you're dealing with all that, all those things, and it takes a toll on anyone, especially being at a very young and tender age where, one bad move and you find yourself in the wrong crowd because you're trying to fit in. So what, so when you came here, what did you see and how was that like, compared to what you saw while you were still back home?
I mean, there were a lot of things that were different. Obviously, we're in a different land, if you want to say. So coming to America, when you come, for me, I came at night, like I said earlier. I came at night, so things were the America I expected it to be in a way, until I got out of the house the next morning and we were taking a stroll with my auntie. And I was looking at, like, some houses, there was like dirt and there were like, dogs just barking anyhow. And I was like, what kind of America is this now? Is this the America that we thought it was? So meanwhile, we came at night and things were just like, we could not see because things were, I guess, disguised. But the most important one is when I went to school. Because when we left Cameroon, at that time, to even think about hugging a girl.
Hey, are you mad?
I'm telling you. So when I came to America and I went to school now, I will see people hugging. I will see people holding hands. I was like, what kind of thing is this? Try this back home. You are in trouble. So and then there was one day now, when I came, everybody was kind of excited, even though people make the jokes. But people were excited to meet me. They were asking questions about Africa, and so people wanted to be my friend also. And so there was one day this girl hugged me. Hey, I felt like the world had paused.
Fine boy things.
I was sweating. My body was just thinking. It was like somebody was pinching me, man. Pinching me. And I was so afraid. Like, I did not know what had happened. But I could not also show it because tough guy.
Yeah, tough guy. Now you know.
Yeah. So, but it was it was an experience. I mean, there was also like people, like a lot of people wanted to be my friends because I was the new, the African kid. So I was always like, I was so shy. I did not understand what the people would say. So when they would talk, I would just say yes. No matter what they said, I would just say yes because they were talking so fast. And so, but people were trying to be my friends. So I remember there was this one girl who kept on bugging me, always, wanting to talk. And I was so shy because back home, we don't just talk to girls like that at that age. And so she was just bugging. So one day she asked me for my name and I told her my name was Emmanuel. So guess what now? Like 2 days later, it was after lunch. We were going to class. I'm hearing somebody's calling, Emmanuel. And it's not even registering in my head that Emmanuel is me. You. And I was going, Emmanuel. It's later now when I went to class, I was like, Emmanuel. Oh.
It's supposed to be me.
That's my alibi.
Emmanuel was me. Oh. Man, but yeah, it was an experience, man. It was an experience.
Yeah,
it was definitely not the America I expected it to be.
So, what year did you come to America?
2006, December 2006.
Your own experience is way different from everyone else's. I swear.
It's because he's in the West Coast, man. East Coast don't do that nonsense. East Coast,
man.
Don't do that,
don't do that in the East Coast. But no, honestly though, that definitely sounds like a good experience. So as far as going back home, disregard everything that's happening in Cameroon right now. If you had the opportunity to move back home and work full time and make a good living, would you be able to say yes?
That's like saying, if they tell you to go to heaven, will you go? Because you cannot tell me that I should go back home right now and I should disregard what is going on back home. I cannot, please. I cannot. How can you tell me this? Man, that's like asking me if they give me a chance to go to heaven, I'll go. Of course, I will go. But with what is going on right now, my brother?
No way, huh?
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
What about you, Aristide? Would you go?
Would I go back to Cameroon?
Yeah.
Let's slide out.
Stay?
Exactly. Try to repeat the question.
Yeah, please repeat it because I need to hear very well.
I said, if you had the opportunity to go back home and work full time and make a good living for yourself and your family, would you say yes to that deal?
For sure, man, for sure. What? In my own space, I feel comfortable in my own space, in my own country. I'm not getting shot up and down. Yes, I will go back, man.
Okay, will you go down? Will you go now with what's going on in Cameroon? I'm going to go and go to Bamenda.
Am I mad?
Exactly.
Am I mad?
No, you guys. Actually, I'm not gonna go, man. I don't think I would.
Really?
In a perfect, even if without this stuff going on.
You have a good paying job in your career choice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're able to sustain your family, live comfortably.
I'm also thinking about this, right? So when I left Cameroon, right, like obviously I missed it. I was afraid to go back at some point in time, but then the love, me actually wanting to go back was fine. Like if I had my choice, I would probably go. Like Cameroon would be like a vacation spot for me, where I can go from time to time and then come back. Like maybe not America, but not somewhere else. Not really Cameroon.
Go ahead.
Oh,
how old were you when you left Cameroon?
I was like 13, 14. Like,
okay.
So I still have friends. I still have friends back in Cameroon. Don't get me wrong, but I know if I have to move back and go back there, costing money, costing this. People just showing up to your house for extra stuff. I feel like the extra stress. That's what I'm thinking about. So I'd rather not deal with it, honestly. And then just different things as far as like I'm used to, like air conditioning, like internet speeds. I know internet is there, but it's not like what we're dealing with right now. Like
it's not 5G, boy.
But if you have the money, you can get a good,
You're not getting a solid cell tower. You have to build a cell tower there to get the 5G connection.
If you have the money,
internet, you're doing what now?
You're not, but I'm not. Like it's
you just used to this luxury.
Watching highlights of Real Madrid.
Exactly. So to tell the truth, no, I'd rather not. Like I want to go back there.
More like a vacation spot.
Exactly. But to live back there, no, absolutely not.
What about living in Cameroon and then traveling to the rest of the world for vacation?
But my home base is still where I don't have all the amenities I need.
But what if you can provide that for yourself?
I have a question. This guy has chosen to leave Cameroon and go. Why are you guys begging him to go?
No, but wait.
This guy has made up his mind.
Wait. You said
he has left. He don't go him.
He has left him, man.
And don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying that I want to stay in America because I really don't want to stay in America.
Then where do you want to stay now?
That's the part I'm still trying to figure out.
Go up north.
No mental pleasure.
Mental pleasure.
You can go up north now. The men behind the wall.
Leave here and go back to Cameroon. How much stress do you think you will have living in Cameroon?
As long as my house has a gate in front.
Before you came to Cameroon, did you know stress? Did you know stress before you came? Before you left Cameroon, did you know stress?
I knew some kind of. I had what do you call it? PTSD.
From what?
I was actually active in there in boarding school. Come on.
Who don't have PTSD?
From boarding, everybody has PTSD on boarding.
Even before that, even at home, like Cameroon, they say, "Oh, you do something stupid. Well, you're not eat today." And I said,
like, I said, wait. I say, yeah, mommy, be It means that you were a very strong head child.
Oh, of course.
He still is. He still is.
I'm not
anyway, man. I mean, I would if I had if I was making a good amount of money and I could live comfortably, have a good life with my family and travel. Yeah. I would go back to Cameroon, man. I would go back to Cameroon. I would stay there, and then when I get the chance to travel, or when I do travel, then maybe come to America here. You know?
Yeah, I mean, maybe not in Cameroon because
I mean, Aristide, how about this? Would you be able to live a good, comfortable life knowing that you have all kinds of relatives around you that are struggling? And if you had to help every single person, you would not live a comfortable life.
That's the thing, though. We always think that, look, you can help. In fact, I feel like it's the conversation for another episode, Maza.
Let me say this. It's not like when you are living in America, your family members are still not struggling.
Exactly.
So whether you live in America or you live in Cameroon, people are going to have their difficulties. But I also think that the age at which you left Cameroon has a big role to play in this because you left at 13 or 14, was it 13? Mm-hmm. So I mean, in the back of your head that is home.
Yeah.
But what do you really miss back home? Maybe the friends that you had are most of them are in America. So I can kind of relate with you on that because I left at 14. So I had friends. Most of my friends, like Bell, they're in America. A lot of my friends are in America. So there's not much. Most of my family is in America, so there's not much that I'm really, really, really missing back home. But at the end of the day, it's still home. So I mean, I can kind of understand what.
Right.
What you.
Yeah. So ultimately, you're probably going to spend most of your life, like more time here in America than you did before you came.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense. I mean, I definitely understand what you're saying, Carson. So yeah, bro.
Because if you ask somebody who came here at an much more older age, everybody would tell you,
go back.
They want to work and go then back to Cameroon.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of people, Cameroon is actually peace of mind.
Yeah.
The hustle and bustle in the US, working, paying bills, all of that stuff. Not to say that you don't work in Cameroon, but like it's just a lot of stress in America. Yeah. And just going back home in your own, feeling comfortable in your own, it's just like a form of like therapy, So maybe it would be best as a vacation spot, but we'll see. When Benio buys that mansion, we'll see.
Next to Kribi, we're going to Kribi. Confirm. Good. So that was some good conversation, guys. Really enjoyed it. So this brings us to our second segment of the day, which we call it African Proverb. So our proverb today is coming from Kenya. And it says, a wise man fills his brain before emptying his mouth.
Hey. That one's deep.
Should I repeat it?
No,
say it one more time. Say it one more time.
Blasphemy needs to hear that one again.
Say it one more time.
It says, a wise man fills his brain before emptying his mouth. So for all you guys listening, for all you guys listening out there, if you have any proverb, please send it to us. We are reachable on Twitter at NayuKnow1. We are also on Instagram at NYK Podcast, and you can always email us at nayuknow1@gmail.com. Once again, I'd like to thank the panel, Blesso, Aristide, Carson, and definitely this podcast, Now You Know, is brought to you by our good friends at Stuck in the Middle. Be on the lookout for our future episodes. Until next time.
What do you
Don't leave me.
Don't leave me.